Boy, it is cold outside. Here's a little pro tip for you. If your house is cold, just go stand in the corner. It's always 90 degrees there.
Yeah, let's go. Filling in for Sodi like he's never here. Brilliant, Brandon. One more time. All right, and even a round of applause. Let's go.
A seasoned pro of his dad joke.
Dakota still didn't laugh.
No, everyone needs their angle.
Again, let's go. We're not missing a beat here. Good deal. Hey, welcome to the Second Office. I'm your host, Alex George. We are sadly missing Sodi today. In his place is Dog/Brandon. Brandon's out of the clink. He's joining us via phone call. Brandon, thanks for joining us.
Oh, honored to be here.
That's awesome. Doc, how was your week?
It's been an interesting week.
Yeah.
Can't really go into too many details, but the first job has a lot of
first office
secrets going on right now. So
nice. Brandon, how's your week? How's Ohio?
Oh, Ohio is fantastic. It is about 14 degrees outside, and I'm feeling like I'm right there with you in Minnesota. So,
God, that's at least 14 degrees higher than it is here, right?
You want to know how cold it is here?
Yeah.
My car didn't start this morning.
Your Volkswagen
legit did not start. I was like, are you kidding me?
If German automotive products are not even starting, that's how you know it's cold.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Okay, good stuff.
It's terrible.
Besides being cold, how's your week, Brandon?
Oh, everything's going fantastic.
Darn right.
Looking forward to football this weekend. A lot of good matchups. So
woo, we're boiling down to it. Playoff pictures coming into. What am I trying to say? It's becoming clear.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know. A lot of weeks yet to go. A lot of things can happen. Vikes have a tough end of their schedule here. Ask me about my week.
How was your week, Alec?
Yeah, thank you, Brandon.
Rookie.
This is not.
Hey, Dakota. I had to talk to you about something real quick.
Brandon.
How about them Packers?
Nope. I was trying for the fart. That's what you get. This is not the past week, so I'm cheating a little bit here. But previous week, I saw Gladiator 2.
How terrible is that?
How was that?
Why do you think it was bad?
I've heard it's bad.
Yeah, it was mediocre.
Yeah.
It was like damn near what felt like the same script as the first one.
Oh, okay.
But just with, I don't know.
New actors.
I wasn't always thrilled with the stakes or kind of questioned what the stakes even were at some point. No, acting's great. Pedro Pascal. His son, which I didn't know.
No, I said new actors. Like recycled script.
Correct. Yep. Yeah. Seriously, damn near same thing. Like a guy who, the city's taken over. He was a warrior, now a slave, and now he has to fight in the thing. But his dad was, Russell Crowe from the first one. Yeah. So it's his. But what's funny is in real life, he's Pedro Pascal's son, and he's fighting Pedro Pascal throughout the movie. Like it's
Okay.
So it's so acting is just fine. It's beautifully shot. I'm glad I saw it in theaters, just because it was fun to see. Great action, right? But it overall forgettable.
I heard Denzel Washington got a back injury during the filming of that show.
Is there a joke coming?
Apparently, it was from carrying everyone.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's Denzel, Pedro, and his son. The three of them do well. His son, I don't know if you're comparing to Russell Crowe, which it's the main character, so I am. I'll make the comparison. Not quite the same. Not bad at all. Very good, in fact. Just not Russell Crowe, and definitely outshone by his father and Denzel. But that's to be expected.
The original film was made in 2000, 2001, something like that?
Yes.
Is this one of those films that the remake is just too soon? I know it's over 20 years ago, but to me, it just feels like it's too soon.
I could see that just because people still watch it so frequently, right? It's still such
a great movie.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like I watch that once a year. So yeah, you could be right, Brandon.
Absolutely, yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Neither of you guys have seen it?
There's a lot of those remakes.
No.
Brandon, you haven't seen it yet?
No, but I have not seen it yet, but I did go to a movie with my son this weekend, and I don't want to brag, but we did go see Moana 2.
Ooh. Hey, okay.
Yeah.
Well, give us your review.
It reminds me of a former podcast I used to listen to. It was good, not great. And it had some catchy songs, but it definitely wasn't as good as the first. So
you got the drum and snare there, Brandon. I know you can't hear it, but you got the drum and snare.
I paused just for it.
That's what I heard. So I heard the movie itself was like, like the story's fine, but they didn't bring back what's his face to do the music. So,
who is that?
The guy who did Hamilton and all them.
That guy.
Lin-Manuel.
Yes, him.
Man,
didn't know he did Moana. I haven't seen the first Moana.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Yeah, okay. That's what I heard. I never knew it was supposed to be so good until recently. Yeah. Everyone's saying like, "Oh yeah, first one was amazing."
Yeah, man. There's a giant crab who loves shiny things. Come on.
Oh, can't lose.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, say no more.
And it's the guy that does the voice for him is one of the singers or one of the performers from Flight of the Conchords. If you like that,
I love
show
him.
Or band.
Yeah. Is it Britt or Jermaine?
No, it's Jermaine.
It's Jermaine. Yeah. They're both amazing. That's awesome.
It's so shiny.
Oh, I've heard that. That is him. Yep. I've only heard that because I'm a fan of his. And that's awesome.
Anyways,
have you guys seen Flight of the Conchords? You guys watch that show?
No.
That's something I forgot about. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, it's one of a kind.
Yeah.
Lasted 2 seasons on HBO, but it's great. It's so good.
Completely underrated.
Man or Muppet? Do you remember that song from the Muppets movie with Jason Segel?
No.
Okay, well that's Brett. He wrote and composed that, won an Oscar for it. They're multi-talented dudes. That's very cool. Doc, last movie you saw?
Movie?
Sure. I know you. I know you and your movies. You've seen them all.
Can't be. Shut up, Brandon. I don't know. I don't know the last movie I saw.
Are you guys watching Christmas movies yet?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
okay.
For sure.
So we couldn't finish it.
Okay.
We were watching Home Alone.
Nice.
And Lily actually got scared.
Did she?
Yeah.
By the burglars?
Yeah.
Oh no.
So we had to turn it off.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it first one?
Yeah.
With Macaulay? Okay.
So yeah. So we made it all the way to the point to where they're fully breaking in now.
Yeah.
And all the shenanigans is going on.
Mm-hmm.
And we were eating dinner while the movie was on, and Lily kind of made a weird noise.
Yeah.
And like ducked down because she wasn't eating at the table with us. She was in her little stand at the counter. And I was like, huh. And then she stood back up, and then she did it again when the iron hit him in the face.
Oh, gosh.
And I looked at Courtney and I was like, I think she's scared. And so I was like, Lily, I'm like, are you scared? Is this scary? And she made the noise again. I said, okay, well, I'm going to turn this off.
Poor girl.
I'm so sorry.
Poor girl.
I said, this is meant to be funny.
Yeah.
I tried to explain it to her.
You're wrong.
I tried to. I was like, it's funny.
Yeah.
And she's like, eh. And I'm like, oh.
Her little noises. Oh, that's too bad.
And so that's the last movie.
So you attempted Home Alone.
Yeah. Before that would have been The Grinch.
Nice.
And
so you're going on the Christmas movies.
Yeah. And so The Grinch is
we just started
obviously great.
Yeah.
Which Grinch?
So we watched the terrible animated one first. The new animated one, not like the original cartoon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I never saw that.
That's terrible.
Really?
Yeah. And then we watched the greatest Christmas movie of all time, the Jim Carrey one.
Is that your fave?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Do you see he wants to do a second?
Well, fantastic.
He said the only thing is it would have to be I forget the word for it. He said he couldn't do the makeup again. He said with that Grinch makeup he could barely breathe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But he said he would do a second.
I hope they don't. I hope they leave it alone.
If Jim Carrey wants it though, I feel like it'd be
Jim
all right.
Carrey could make a good second.
Yeah. If they get Ron Howard to direct again, I don't know if they bring back the whole band.
I don't care about the whole band. I mean, just Jim Carrey. He made that movie.
It's a great supporting cast. He
improvised so much of that.
He did. Great supporting cast, though.
Well, Cindy Lou was from St. Louis.
Will there be anything he can create to top what he did? Because I don't think so.
Probably not, but
I suppose that's the question.
Don't touch it.
That's the question.
This is just this is going back to Gladiator all over again.
But so watching The Grinch was great, and it's kind of a double-edged sword now because Lily fell in love with it.
She's not scared of the Grinch though.
No,
interesting.
She thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, great.
That's interesting.
Big furry green thing.
Scared of the Grinch.
She fell in love with it.
They're frightened.
She the Grinch. Everything is going on at my house right now. So we had the Grinch book by Dr. Seuss. She wants to read that book every night.
She know the original song?
Oh man, dude, she's all about it.
That's awesome.
And then she's so much about the Grinch that we were at Sam's Club shopping the other week, and they have a giant book section, and we usually buy our books there because they're significantly cheaper.
Yeah.
There is a Grinch Goes on Vacation book where he goes to the beach.
Yeah.
We weren't leaving the store without it.
Son of a gun.
And so now that is in her bed with her every night.
So Grinch or Bluey at this point?
Well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we also just had her birthday party on Sunday, and it was Bluey themed.
That's great.
So
Nice.
It's either one.
Sure.
At night, it's the Grinch.
Nice. Okay.
During the day, it's get away from me, put Bluey on.
Okay. Fair enough. Hey, that's
she's a teenager.
Yeah. Oh man, that's great. Okay. No, we're starting the Christmas movies too. We did. We didn't finish it. That's why I'm not remember. Klaus on Netflix is not very well known about, but it's great. That's a really good one on Netflix. Didn't finish it though. We fell asleep, but we started with Klaus. We're going Elf next.
Yeah.
Oh, and we did Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
Shitter's Full.
Great.
So
we
2 for 2.
We introduced our children to Elf this year.
Nice.
And
Congrats.
to know my son is to know that anytime somebody gets violently hurt, he thinks it's the funniest thing in the world.
Great movie in that
scene where Will Ferrell is crossing the street and he gets hit by a taxi. The child was bent over,
and then he
laughing.
apologizes.
So
sorry.
that and when he tried to hug the raccoon.
Look at you.
I mean, raccoons are cute.
You need a hug.
They sure are. Oh, that's
little
great.
Trash pandas.
Very, very happy for you that you finally got to show. That is, I think Elf is kind of the last Christmas classic we've had. That's going to be a classic for years to come, right?
Like the newest one?
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
right. So that's fun to be able to show your kids. That's awesome.
Yeah, because what other Christmas movies are they making now that's not a Hallmark Christmas movie, right?
Yeah,
Like,
so Netflix pumps those out, right? Hallmark
God,
pumps them
it's
out.
gross.
So I know, like I said, Klaus is great. People should check out Klaus if they haven't seen it. That's a very good one. Otherwise, I don't know. There's Red 1 out this year, and I want to see that with J.K. Simmons and The Rock, where Santa gets kidnapped.
Sure. I just don't know. Like, The Rock, to me, just isn't making good movies anymore.
No, it's true.
He needs to
know,
go back to wrestling.
It's hit or miss. Here, I'm going to the...
He's got to be the final boss character in wrestling.
True. Anyone seen Wicked yet? Great reviews.
My wife took my daughter to see that because she's into musicals like crazy right now.
How'd they like
and
it?
apparently that was quite good, and they're excited for part 2 to come out.
Oh, there's a part 2?
Yes, it's a two-parter.
Yep.
Oh.
Apparently, no one should
also-
see the Hunter.
We also took my
Clay.
daughter to see a live theater production of The Nutcracker.
Fun.
And she loved that. That was amazing.
Yeah, of course.
If you haven't done a live theater version of The Nutcracker, I highly suggest it.
Okay.
That's every Saturday night.
Hell yeah. Red 1 is not out yet. I don't know what ratings it's getting. Never mind. Okay. We good with movies?
Always.
Good with Christmas? Christmas movies? Okay, great. Football. First of all, prayers up for Randy Moss. I will give him one more. I will give him one more of these. As he's stepping away for health reasons, there's been some unfounded speculation as to what it could be. I'm not even going to comment on that. It's we just hope the best for, in my top 2 favorite players of all time, and in my opinion, the greatest receiver ever. Get well soon, Randy, please.
Absolutely.
And on to the Vikings' awesome win against the Falcons and Kirk Cousins.
That was a drumming.
Yeah, it was great. It took till late in the game, but then we put it on him. It was awesome. Kirk, last 4 games, 0 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, which is crazy to me, but I love it. Meanwhile, Sam Darnold, 11 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, player of the week with over 300 yards and 5 touchdowns. Jefferson and Addison just popped off on some broken plays that just worked out. So I'll take it. Going into the tough stretch to end the season hot. We were talking about this briefly earlier, where I don't think it's there's a world in which the Bears beat us on Monday night. The Bears have played all division opponents very tough. The Packers had to block a field goal. The Lions had to rely on the worst coaching in the final 30 seconds of a game I've ever seen in my life. and the Vikes had to, they got an onside kick and then had a chance at it. So they were all very close games. I could see a world in which somehow, because it's a division game, the Bears win. If that's the case, then the Vikes have to go to Seattle, and then their last 2 games are Packers, Lions. So even though the Vikes have 2 games on your guys' cheese right now, it is very far from over.
Yeah, I mean, the Vikings right now are just playing so steady. I think that's what's
consistent.
If you're a Vikings fan, that's the one thing you like is you can count on their offensive production between Addison, some guy named Jefferson, Hawkinson, and then you've got Aaron Jones in the backfield. So they're well-rounded. They're not turning the ball over the way we feared Darnold would do at the beginning of the season,
and like he started to for a few games. Yep. Nope. It's very true.
So as much as it pains me, I will give the Vikings a few flowers for their performance this season. Like you said, they have got a tough stretch ahead of them, and I don't think they should sleep, especially on the Bears this weekend. The Bears, as painful as it's been to watch them lose by so many close games, if you were to turn a few of those around, they would be right up there with the rest of the NFC North teams. So
that's what I'm saying. I forget when I made this point, but I made this point. So they lost on a Hail Mary against the Texans, blocked field goal against the Packers, incredibly bad clock management against the Lions. We're right there against the Vikes. Those are 4 games that, with the difference of a play or two, could have went the other way, and now they have 4 more wins. They're not far off. It's been coaching this whole year for them. They're not far off. They have a decent roster and a learning quarterback. Again, my point, it's like, don't there's a world where they beat the Vikes on Monday night.
Yep, there is. And there's been many worlds where the Vikings have done this to Viking fans before, where they play lights out all season long, and then they find a way to poo-poo in the bed.
No doubt about it. I am ready to be heard again.
Yeah, you guys are 7-point favorites.
I am ready to be heard again. So
7-point favorites?
Yeah.
Yes.
See, that's a bit much, right? Especially for any division game, I think that's a bit much, unless it's like, well, I was going to say Chiefs-Raiders, but the Raiders always play the Chiefs tough. This is what I'm saying. It's division game.
Is this in Minnesota or is this in Illinois?
This is in Minnesota, and I'm going to the game, and I can't wait.
Oh.
Last Monday.
Well, hey, make sure you send some pictures over to me so we can post them in our second office TikTok page.
Follow us on TikTok now. Thanks to Brandon. We're on TikTok. We did it.
We're on TikTok, and we are strong. So make sure you follow us on your TikTok page. Secondoffice.com is the website. Make sure you jump on there. Buy some merch, especially if you're going to one of those silly Vikings games this weekend.
Yeah, we got great merch. Seriously. And also there's Packers merch. We have very cool Packers merch too. Because, the Packers have a couple Super Bowls, so we have merch around that. We'll get there for the Vikes eventually. Eventually, guys.
Did you see the script was leaked?
Oh, the NFL script?
Yeah.
No, please tell.
You guys do. You win this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Who leaked it? Where did it come from? Let's see this.
I didn't screenshot it.
Sam Darnold? Really?
Yeah, he leaked it.
Man, no, I'm saying we win with Sam Darnold. Right. Yeah. Like, God, that'd be crazy.
And then you give him $150 million for 2 years and tank the franchise.
Hey, for a Super Bowl, I'll take it.
You do that?
I'll give him anything. Key to the city, Mahomes contract, Juan Soto's contract. Let's go.
You now own the Vikings.
Yes. Seriously, I'd be fine with it. Super quick.
Didn't Sam Darnold come out and say he's not going to extend with the Vikings? He's going to test the market next year?
Well, yeah, because they're not going to extend him.
No, and he's commanded quite the freaking contract, right?
Yeah.
So this is a tweet from Schefter. Thanks for bringing up Brandon. Super quick. John Greenard, Defensive Player of the Month for the Vikes. Great free agent signing. Not trash. Opposite of trash.
Trash.
So this is a tweet from Schefter. Despite the success that he had replacing Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold, and so this is actually before the game last week where he threw 5 touchdowns. Sam Darnold and the Vikings have not had any discussions regarding a long-term contract. He's scheduled to be a free agent where he's commanded a high price tag. After last game and the string of games he's put together, do the Vikes need to reassess and consider signing him?
No.
Why not? They're apparently very high on JJ, who's ahead of schedule recovery-wise.
I don't ever believe in giving a quarterback a ton of money.
Yeah, no, that's kind of proven to be the recipe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to keep JJ on his rookie contract for the next few years. Darnold he's going to go find another team.
He'll probably go back to Carolina.
Maybe. Hey, Bryce Young's look not bad.
Yeah.
No,
you guys will re-sign Daniel Jones in the offseason for a 1-year contract, probably similar to Sam Darnold, and let him try to revive his career.
No,
Can KOC be the quarterback whisperer?
Darnold will end up on the Giants.
On the Giants.
Yeah, maybe.
He's not going back to New York.
If they don't draft one. I don't know. He's going to be big dick swinging, right? He's going to be all confident and coming off a hot-ass season. All the knowledge from KOC.
New York is trash.
Oh, I know.
You don't want to play for those organizations.
He's got neighbors. He's got neighbors.
If it was about the quality of the team, he'd find a way to stay with the Vikings. It's not, though. It's going to be about money. He's going to go where that is.
He really
should, too. The quarterback neediest team that I can think of is the Giants.
Giants are going to draft Sanders, number 1 overall.
Really? Should there?
No, he's going to the Raiders, man. He is going to the Raiders.
He's not going to be there.
Al Davis ain't the owner anymore. He doesn't care about speed. I just remember Al Davis only drafted speed. I don't know. He should absolutely go after the money, right? But there's definitely a threshold in which we should try to keep him.
No.
The Baker Mayfield contract.
It's not going to happen.
3 years, $33 million a year. 3 years, $100 million.
Do you have that cap?
Yeah. We have no draft picks. All the cap. We have we will have cap space.
So then you can't. If you believe JJ's the guy, then you don't do that.
Yeah,
if you have no draft picks,
it's correct. Yeah, and they've said KO, as soon as he went down, he said, "I believe we." You
have $78 million in cap space next year.
Right.
That's going to be 6 in the NFL.
Yes. So what if we get him on the Baker Mayfield contract? And maybe it's not even 3 years. Maybe it's a 2-year. Maybe it's a 1-year $33 million deal. Do we do that?
He won't do that.
You don't think? I feel like he's going to get in that ballpark.
He's going to sign for at least $100 million.
Mm-hmm. Over a few years. You think he'll get
and I'll bet he will want that probably. How much of Baker's is guaranteed?
I don't know. That's a good question. I sense a Castle situation coming up, though. Remember Castle shown? He balled out when Brady tore his ACL week 1. Mm-hmm. Castle led the team to 11 wins and then went to the Chiefs and was mediocre, and then went to the Vikings and was even more mediocre.
So Baker signed 3 for 140 guaranteed.
Oh, he only got 40 guaranteed. Yeah, maybe it's just a low guarantee then. Prove it to us for more than a season. Prove that it's not just coaching.
Maybe.
Well, here's my advice. Enjoy this year. Just enjoy it.
Yeah. Oh, I totally am. It's house money, right? Like our over-under was 5.5 or something by Vegas. And I was ready to take the under. I was ready to smash the under and be like, sweet, let's rebuild, have a sweet draft pick. We got JJ coming in next year and a bunch of free agent dollars. Now I'm all aboard. And it's been a blast. It really has. I do think KOC has continually said, give Darnold his flowers. So much of this is on him. And for sure, he's the one actually doing it. But I think we got a great case.
The other team I could see Darnold going to next year is the Tennessee Titans. Tighten up.
Yeah, if they give up on Will.
Yeah, and eating the whole banana. Yeah.
And mayo in his coffee and. Yeah,
man.
I don't know why anyone would want that as your quarterback. That's a good point. What about Raiders?
I think Raiders are going to get one of the top quarterback prospects right out the draft.
They'll draft.
That's the position they're going to be in.
I don't know. I'm really interested to see what the market's going to be for Sammy. And we'll be forever grateful for this year, unless he does really bad the last few weeks, and then I'll probably hate him. But it's been awesome. Yeah. And I don't know. I think the team, they got to at least be looking at what that threshold is, what they're comfortable bringing him back on. Because he really has been great. Like, he's not MVP, obviously, probably not necessarily close. Last few weeks, he's been MVP-like. But he should be in the conversation, top 5-ish, I think.
I think that if I'm the Vikings, and just don't go crazy when I say this, I think they should trade. They should trade JJ McCarthy
and keep sign Sam. Trade JJ
sign Sam
for first rounder or something. Players.
He's earned the loyalty at this point, if you ask me.
Doc disagrees.
You know, I know he disagrees. I can feel his head shaking right now. His eyes just rolled, didn't they?
Big time.
They just rolled.
No, they did. You nailed it. No, it's super true, and I do appreciate having someone whose first analytical measure is money when it comes to these players. I'm very emotional. Sam has done a lot for me this year in my fandom. So I'm like, let's get this son of a gun back here. And you're
it was
just
nice you invited him to Thanksgiving. I'm sorry he didn't come.
Exactly. But he'll be invited. He'll at least be invited. And Dakota's like, great, on 10 mil.
Yeah.
Ruthless. I get it. Everyone's got a price tag. What's the most you'd sign him for? If you're one of the teams who's going to sign him, what contract do you give him?
I'm not.
You wouldn't. You just wouldn't. Even if you need a quarterback. You want that bridge guy.
I don't think it's him.
No?
It's KOC.
You think it's KOC?
Absolutely.
I'm still going to scold about that. Because either way, it's good. It's working for us. Okay.
And I think I also think KOC is super underrated as a head coach. What he can do to a quarterback and working with the talent around them to make them such a productive offense is pretty impressive.
Well, there's another coach right next door who does that, and I think that is one thing that the cheese and the horns, the horny cheese, can both be happy about. Is we both probably have our coaches for the next decade.
Absolutely, yeah.
Theoretically,
Matt
right?
LaFleur does the same thing.
Yeah,
love his coaching style.
Yeah,
that's what's going to make the NFC fun for the next few years, especially with Dan Campbell and the Lions and Goff.
Yes.
Long as they can keep battling each other every year for the next few years, it's going to be fun football to watch.
Yeah. Can't wait to sign my contract to lead the Bears.
You can be GM?
Yeah, I applied on Indeed.
Did they post on
Indeed?
Indeed?
Out there, yeah.
They're desperate. They're like, we'll take everyone can apply. we're tired of hiring the wrong guy.
I sent them a couple Madden highlights.
Would you sabotage for the Packers' sake?
Fuck no. Oh. That'd be the greatest coach ever.
I could see it. Okay.
So the Vikings, they're winning in, right, for playoffs?
Vikes are winning in. Thank you, Brandon. Also, they could lose, and I think it's the Rams and or someone else could also lose or tie, and they'd be in either way. So it's winning in, which is what they should focus on. Beat the damn Bears, and then take care of business. What about for the Packers?
Packers have a more complicated scenario. They have to win at Seattle, and then the 49ers and Rams would need to tie. And then the Falcons would need to lose or tie. Ultimately, I don't think this is the week that decision's made. I think there's just too many variables out there. But the Packers just need to do their damn job and win some games and let that be their story. They're just going to win.
Well, they sure were freaking close last week against Detroit. And it's funny. I watched the whole game. It was a very good game. And I never noticed. I heard zero discourse about this, but what Doc brought up to me. So I'd like your guys' thoughts. I didn't know his knee was down on 4th and 1.
No, his knee was down.
And when you're a quarterback.
Yeah, but he didn't give himself up. There's a difference between kneeling and giving yourself up versus falling backwards.
Is that the difference?
The ball off. Yes, that's the difference. He didn't give himself up. He was actively in the play. If any player falls down without being touched, they can get back up and run with the ball.
I feel like I've seen botched handoffs that happen from the ground before. So I guess that makes sense.
It definitely would have happened to a Viking for sure. But
yeah,
in this case,
I've seen that. Okay.
The Packers got beat by the Lions and the referees. So,
Doc, thoughts?
I'm still a little salty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not worried about it because they can't beat us 3 times.
Hard to beat a team 3 times. That is absolutely right. And you got to imagine 2 of these 3 NFC North teams are going to see each other in the playoffs at one point, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be second round or championship game, which would be a blast. I love when it's division games because they're just so different than someone they're less familiar with. Ooh, it's gonna be good.
And you get into a win or go home situation, and it's teams that have played each other already twice this season. It's just all bets are off. Like anybody can win, anything can happen. They put everything out on the field.
Comes down to the little things.
It's best.
Yep, and that's right around the corner. Let's go. Did you, Brandon? Doc, I filled you in a little bit on this. Brandon, did you see the whole to do before the game on Thursday, and the Lions fan who was getting in LaFleur's face?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened exactly. I just kind of caught the tail end of it. If you want to fill me in, that'd be great. But again, it's just classic Detroit.
I mostly just know
silly.
about the aftermath, which came out, and it's unfortunate for this guy, but it's kind of funny. So yes, he was giving LaFleur a very hard time. Apparently, just shouting every sort of ridicule or whatever on him, just talking shit, to the point where LaFleur got pretty fired up. Went over to him, they got in each other's faces. Had to be separated by field personnel and players. This fan was on the field because he's a season ticket holder, and I guess the Lions, I don't know if they choose or if it's just a drawing or whatever, or if they offer this or if you have to volunteer, but they allow their fans to help hold the American flag pregame. So he was out there to hold the flag. Ends up getting all fired up, gets LaFleur fired up at him. They go face to face. The Lions have recently confirmed, this is a tweet from Tony Paul, Detroit News. The Lions confirmed they have revoked season tickets of the fan who had the pregame altercation with Packers coach Matt LaFleur at Ford Field last week. I talked to the fan this morning. He says he's, quote, devastated and sorry. The year the Detroit Lions, one of maybe the worst franchise in sports, the year where they are Super Bowl contenders, and you had to talk shit to the opposing coach when you got the chance to be on the field. And now you don't go to the playoff game because they're going to be the 1 seed probably. They will have a home playoff game, which he would have been able to go to. Not anymore. And then maybe the Super Bowl.
That is the most Lions thing ever.
Yeah,
it's got to be
Detroit.
Because season ticket holders also get like first dibs at the Super Bowl tickets. He would have had a chance to see them in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Nope. Had to talk shit. So just take that as a lesson. Anyone just know where you are, know who you are. Don't be dumb.
And you guys aren't Lions fans. I'm definitely not a Lions fan, but I am a Dan Campbell fan. I love
big time
watching that guy coach.
I'm such a fan of Dan.
I love his philosophy. I love his style. I hate that we have to, root against him to a certain degree, but
no, and
boy howdy, he's a fun coach to watch.
Yeah, Sodi's here with us.
Exactly. Yes, I know. You see, we're not missing a beat. I fucking love Dan Campbell. He's a lion.
He looks like a lion.
Exactly. He
acts like one.
He embodies it, right?
He's perfect.
And he appeals to the emotional side of sports, both for his team and for his fans. And that's what I'm all about. And he feels it. You can tell it matters to him. Yeah, love him. Can't say a bad word about him.
Coach of the Year candidate for you?
Yeah, it's him and KOC, right? And maybe Tomlin?
Tomlin, maybe. I mean, yeah, Tomlin really had to piece together that
because he's doing it.
Of a team.
Yeah, he's doing it with Wilson. So
Wilson and kind of like a mid running game. Nothing super exciting about them. But
mid running game. Their best receiver is Pickens, who's flashy and obviously very capable, but probably not a bona fide number one yet, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably those three. Be my guess.
Yeah, this is the most like Russell Wilson from the Seahawks stage that we've seen,
Yes.
Since then. Like it's been more fun to watch him than when he was with Denver.
The
having his danger witch.
The balloon balls are back, I noticed. Where he just throws it a mile high in the air and then it drops right in to the receiver. He was great at that. Great. And I've seen a few more of those that I didn't see in Denver. So good for him, honestly.
There's nothing worse than watching an elite quarterback just completely fall off.
Yeah,
which
leads
me to my next topic. Are you guys going to watch the Aaron Rodgers docuseries on Netflix?
Yes.
No.
Oh, we're gonna have to talk about it, Doc.
I'm gonna watch it like I'm taking my medicine. Like it's gonna taste good, but all right, here we go.
Doc's streaming Thursday Night Football. What's the update? What we got?
3-0 49ers.
Is Garendo playing?
He is.
So he's healthy?
Yep.
Shit. This is a good one by you.
All my money.
Hey, let's jerk each other off a little bit here, right? Look at we got the buys in fantasy. We got top two teams. Let's go. Woo! We're very good at fantasy football. Okay, thank you. Okay, what else? Packers next week against Seahawks. What are you guys' thoughts?
Brandon, you're pretty quiet there.
How's your team, Brandon?
I'm having a hard time keeping up with where you guys are at.
That's the point.
It sounds stupid to me, but I'm just gonna say good luck with that. And my team is beat Alex's team last week, so I have nothing to say about that.
I've dropped a few straight. I'm a solid 500 now.
Yeah, I'm playing you this week in Dynasty.
I know.
Thoughts and prayers.
But yeah, right now I'm playing Dynasty Ball. I am losing out on purpose. My team is going to try and get the best possible draft pick you can for the draft next year.
Kamish, are we allowing this blatant tanking? Are we cool with this?
Well, it doesn't matter what he does in the playoffs. It's final season standings for the bottom 4. So
I'm starting every position, to be clear.
Okay,
it's
good.
Not like I'm not starting people in position.
Good.
I'm just
he's locked
selective.
into pick 4 for the upcoming draft.
Gotcha.
Whatever happens in the shitter bowl doesn't matter.
Good. I like that. Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, perfect. Okay. How are the Packers going to do against Seahawks?
Go ahead, Dakota.
Oh, I think they'll win. I think the boys will come out fired up. I think they'll play a good game.
They will be fired up.
I'm a little worried about Seattle's defense. It's looked a lot better.
That's
since
a
the
thing
beginning
now,
of the
apparently, and I had no idea about it.
Yeah, so they look really good. I think they've bought in, and you know how it is when new coaches come in. It takes a second to acclimate and make sure you got the right pieces. They made some trades at the middle of the season to get the right linebackers.
And then those pieces got to buy in. And
so I am worried about their defense. I think DK Metcalf may be hurt, so that will be a positive for us.
Okay.
JSN has really come on strong this season. So thank you for that trade in our Dynasty League.
Yeah, that's another one you want. I'm happy with Mandrews for sure, but
yeah, I think it'll be a good game.
Brandon.
This one's in Seattle, so they have to travel for it. It's going to be a Seattle Seahawks home game. I really like Charbonnet. He scored me a lot of points in another league I was in last week.
Yeah, he did.
And that scares me because the Packers have been very, very mid when it comes to defending against the run, especially a speedy running back. So we will see if Metcalf is injured. JSN will get his. Lockett will get his, and we'll see how it goes. But I think the Packers will eventually win, but I don't think they're going to win by more than 3.
Yeah,
it'd be a close, good game.
3-point game, 4-point game for sure. No, I agree with Dakota though. I think they're going to come up fired up after that tough loss and some questionable reffing. They're going to be fired up, and they know they need the wins right now. So because as good as they've been, they're still playing catch up to the other two teams. So.
Extra days off too. So
oh yeah, they got a week and a half game plan. Yeah, I trust LaFleur here, and Jordan Love's coming on again. God, he does this, it seems like, once a game where he just sidestepped and dipped his shoulder under a free rusher and then stepped right up and, oh my God, was it a pretty pass.
But he's not good.
Yeah, he looks so fucking good. I know.
He's mediocre.
I think he's north of mediocre. He's good. He's good.
Well, we're making progress.
Yeah.
Look at you buying it.
Some of these throws are just great. If he could just do a consistency, and then and he's getting rid of the boneheaded turnovers.
He's got to not try to be Brett Favre.
Yes, and that's all. And then when he doesn't try to be Brett Favre, he's so good.
Have you guys seen that video of what's his face calling out Brett Favre for the sack record?
Yeah,
Yes.
And then Favre commented on it and actually had the right thing to say. Favre still very much probably an immoral dickhead. And I love him for 09. Love him. Always going to love him. But yeah, he said, we talked about it. He was sorry about it, but he took his platform to talk about how that guy needs to be in the Hall of Fame, which was nice of him. Yep. He said the fact that he's not in yet is crazy. He had 3 20-sack seasons or something, which is nuts. That's crazy. And I'd never heard of the guy.
Well, and if you see the video, Strahan was gonna light Favre up. I don't know if the offensive lineman didn't block or.
Yeah, he came free, and
I remember
Favre could have tried to get away.
Live,
I think it still would have been a sack.
It was a thrown play to Strahan. It absolutely was.
Okay, fair enough. I also know a couple seasons later, Jared Allen was a half sack away, and that made me hate Favre for laying down too. because Allen also would have had the record.
They all would have been tied.
Yeah, something like that. Well, very cool. Okay.
It's
Other
all Brett Favre's fault.
Always.
it's your fault, Brett. Okay. Other NFL news.
Put the phone away.
I don't have my phone.
I'm talking about Brett.
Yeah, put the phone away, Brett. No, we don't. We don't need. How old is he now?
What are you doing?
We don't need to see that wiener.
What are you doing?
Maybe when you're still an NFL athlete, people want to see your wiener.
No, they didn't. She
girl-
said no.
Oh, that's right. Brett. Okay, never mind. Forget it. Okay. Around the NFL.
And then you guys still signed him.
Fuck yeah.
That was before he was a Viking.
He's like, here's my balls. Take them or leave them. And he did that in football and outside of football. And it worked out more in football. 09 was great. And I will love him forever for 09. 2010, he was trash again. So, anyways. Other news in the NFL, Joe Burrow's house was broken into. Probably for the Batmobile. Right?
Yeah.
It's got to be for the Batmobile.
Sure.
How many? Yeah, did you see his girlfriend
made the call?
Got to the house.
Yeah.
Called her mom. And then her mom called the police, and then it was just super confusing. If you get a chance to find it on social media, it's.
Oh, I didn't know her mom called the police.
Yes, so she got there.
Yes.
She called her mom. Her mom said call the police.
Is she not a woman? Is she?
Well, she's like, I don't know how old she is. She's young. She's like 21, 22.
Yeah.
I don't know how old Joe is. That'd be interesting to
Someone's
look up.
breaking into the house I stay at. I'm not going to call the cops.
But she doesn't.
Call my mommy.
I think she pulled in, saw the window broken.
Okay.
She called her mom.
Sure.
Her mom called.
Okay.
Her mom's audio is hilarious.
Really?
Yeah.
There's audio?
And
how'd they get the phone call audio?
Come on.
See, they would have had to release that to TMZ too and be like, pay us, we'll give you the audio. Oh, that's crazy.
And then she also called. So she called, and she's the one that, she's like, I'm an employee or whatever, right?
Yeah.
His mom or her mom is like, there's someone broken into the house.
Yeah.
It's her house. It's also Joe Burrow's house.
Yeah.
They're together. His girlfriend.
There's this football player you might have heard of. It's his house first.
And then Joe comes out and is like,
there's a Batmobile in there.
I try really hard to keep my life private. Because everyone.
Oh, he looked like he was going to cry.
Yeah, he didn't want people to know.
Oh, I get it. Like, first of all, everyone's got to know your house is broken into, right? Like, I don't care for everyone to know that. But now they know you're dating a swimsuit model. And then people will obviously have their memes and jokes.
Well, yeah, I mean, if your name's not Olivia, you have no chance with Joe.
I don't get it.
His
is
girl
is that her name?
His high school sweetheart, who he was with for like 8 years before her, was Olivia.
Oh.
The new girl's name is also Olivia, but she goes by like Livy or something. Okay. She's a part of that train.
Mm.
Because the old girlfriend apparently, I think, either came out or there's a bunch of memes about, you can't even have the name right or some stupid shit.
Yeah. Okay. So of course people are just being all social media all over it.
Yeah.
Of course. It's like,
she's a blonde. Her name's Olivia. How many of those are on TikTok?
100%
right
understand where Joe's coming from, but Joe, understand it's coming from a place. It's happening because your girlfriend's hot, and that's really it. And because you have a Batmobile, and you're Joe Burrow.
It's really the Batmobile.
It's probably mostly the Batmobile.
Man, so. I don't know how I would handle all those first world problems.
Yeah, right. I'd probably drive my Batmobile out of state and just be my Batmobile. I'm taking my Batmobile and I'm leaving.
And cry as you're leaving.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, if he's really concerned about privacy, he should open a shell corporation, form an LLC under that shell corporation, have the LLC buy the house he lives in, and then no one would know that that house is tied to him.
What are you working on?
If Joe Burrow's listening, Dakota is open to be your agent. Just saying.
Just saying.
Or real estate agent.
Dakota's just looked this up. He's not, he's not doing anything. All right.
I'm not a lawyer. I cannot give legal advice.
Okay. Joe, I'm sorry your house was broken into, and I hope your Batmobile is okay, and I'm sorry your privacy was violated. Funny stat from the Bears-Niners game last week. This is a halftime stat.
There's a new Venom movie?
Yeah.
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 Venom 3?
Huh.
You excited?
Yeah, I'm going to go rent that.
There you go. Okay.
There you go. That'd be the next movie I watch.
All right. Halftime of the Bears-Niners game. The Bears went to the locker room at halftime with 5 punts. They punted 5 times.
Yeah.
Do you know how many total yards they had at halftime? 4.
Yeah.
5 punts and 4 yards at halftime.
Do you know Caleb Williams, I think, ended the game with, 190 passing yards?
Okay.
I think the punter had 362.
Son of a bitch.
You should be able to Google it. There should be a tracker out there because when Caleb Williams was drafted, I think he told the punter,
"You're not going to have to.
You're not going to have
yes,
to.
It's true.
You're not going to have to worry.
It's true."
So there's a tracker about passing yards versus punting yards.
Oh God, punting's got to have.
I think punting's winning.
It's got to have it crushed right now. Are you kidding me?
A few games ago, he wasn't. Caleb Williams was winning.
Okay.
It's not going that way anymore.
One positive thing about Caleb Williams, I think it was made 7 games last Sunday, but if he didn't throw any, it was at least 6 games without an interception. He also didn't throw a touchdown pass, he did the Vikes game. He threw a couple against the Vikes, so he added some touchdowns onto that. But he's not throwing interceptions.
I was right all along.
Yeah, bust.
Yeah.
Woo. Okay, Dakota says bust. I say too early. Get him a coaching staff, and then we can see.
Sure.
That's what I say.
But man, you want to talk about how wrong I was too when it comes to at least fantasy football. Marvin Harrison Jr.'s look like trash.
Yeah, I think it's partly him, partly Kyler, but I saw it a lot in the Vikings games where if he just came back to the ball instead of if he there was a couple hitches, like some deep hitches where if he hitched and then took 2 steps toward the ball, it's a completion and a first down. But he waited and he let the D-back recover by the time the ball got there. So he's got some shit. He's not as pro ready as we were made to believe.
Man.
And Kyler is fully mediocre as a passer, right?
I think Harrison is just unhappy to be a Cardinal.
I think so too. I was knowing that
since he was drafted,
knowing that I was going to draft him when we did the
redraft.
We did the college player pool for last draft, and I took Harrison Jr. Got him for $1, and when he went to the Cardinals, I was really upset. The silver lining was I had seen DeAndre Hopkins for the Cardinals and watched Kyler just give him all the catches, so he was at least going to be a PPR threat. But that hasn't really even been the case. He's had a handful of big games. He's like the 27th ranked receiver in the league. So I still play him every week. Man, I just don't know what I'm getting.
I've been all in for a year and a half. I loaded up on draft picks in our Dynasty League, trying to play the probability of getting the first one because I knew that's what I was going to do. And I done it, and it's just...
You did. It was my pick.
Yeah, it was just a little... still a little sour right now. So we'll see.
I think he's going to be a very good receiver.
I think Jaden Daniels would have been the right pick there now.
Brandon got, I know, and I even took Caleb right before Jaden, and I wondered about it, but anyways.
Yep, I traded for McLaurin from Dakota, and I ended up with Jaden Daniels in the draft. That was the stack I wanted, the stack I got.
Did you guys see Trevor Lawrence get knocked out by that Texans linebacker?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was crazy scary.
So 3-game suspension, and it's been upheld. The VP of football ops had this to say for Azeez Al-Shaair. Where is it? Here it comes. Okay. Quote, during your game against the Jacksonville Jaguars on December 1 with 4 minutes 20 seconds remaining in the second quarter, you were involved in a play the league considers unacceptable and a serious violation of the playing rules. Video shows you striking the head neck area of Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence, yada, yada, yada. You led with your forearm and helmet and delivered a forceful blow to the head neck area of your opponent when you had time and space to avoid such contact. After the illegal hit, you proceeded to engage in a brawl, which you escalated when you pulled an opponent down to the ground by his face mask. After the referee announced that you were disqualified for the hit and your unsportsmanlike acts, you removed your helmet and re-engaged with your opponent while walking down and across the field. Your continued disregard for NFL playing rules puts the health and safety of both you and your opponents in jeopardy and will not be tolerated. And I love that. They're cracking down, right? There should have been other instances where maybe the same message was sent, but better late than never. And he could not disagree more, and then tweeted this after that message and the suspension. And this just lets me know that he's a damn clown. So he says in all caps via tweet, "If you want me to be your villain, I'll be your villain. Middle finger emoji. See you soon. ... Joker emoji." The first picture, and then 4 pictures in his tweet. One, him running out of the tunnel. Second, one of his cleats that say free on them. Third, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. Fourth, saying, "There is a beauty in being rejected, misunderstood, unseen, and unprotected by people. It teaches you to rely on Allah for everything." So this guy just sucks ass, and he shouldn't be in the league. And I've watched him before. He's dirty. This is a dirty dude. He has a reputation now, and the Texans organization and himself fail to look inward. And that always just bugs me.
I smell a release coming on here soon for him.
Well, he's a good linebacker, so I think he won't be, and especially with how his coach defended him, which was also kind of nuts. But he knew Lawrence was sliding. He had to have known. And I do agree there should be, I don't know,
a late sliding thing, yeah.
A late sliding thing, or if you pretend to go out of bounds. The only one I see pull that is Mahomes and Josh Allen.
Yeah.
And yeah, they should get popped for that for sure. And no flags, right? Tom Brady has said so as well. I don't know. I have no patience for this. Yeah, it's funny. He posted the Joker picture, and it's what he is. He's a fucking clown. So, good job, dude.
Yep, he should be ejected from the league and do something else. Be in WWE or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I mean, we've spent the entire show on football. So a few talking points before we wrap it up. Bill Belichick, next head coach of the North Carolina football team. Thoughts?
Yeah. I think it's great that he brought a recruiting tool with him and his girlfriend. That's awesome.
Yeah. I honestly though I didn't see it coming. I didn't think did anyone think he'd go to college?
Well, he had to get closer to the college co-eds.
Oh, he's like, hey, this one's great. Where can I go where there's thousands?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. Same thoughts. Ohio State's being super sore losers after they went down to Michigan and got all pissed when they put the flag in their field. So an Ohio lawmaker proposes a bill that would make flag planting at Ohio Stadium a felony.
Oh, my God.
Yep. True story. Sore losers, dude. Like, come on. That's insane.
I live here. It's true.
I didn't even think about that. Okay. I could see it. Hey, Ohio State.
It takes a group of people to spell the word Ohio. A whole group. 4 letters.
So what if someone planted a flag in the middle of the Browns field after a Browns game? Would people just be like, yeah? Is it only for Ohio State?
Around to see it happen.
You're killing it, Brandon. Good job. Okay. Happy Gilmore 2 wrapped filming. We've talked about sequels today. I'm excited for it. I'm not expecting much, but can't wait to watch it.
Sure.
Yep. Cool. Okay.
I'll watch it, but again, you know me in sequels. I think when you have a killer classic, you know, especially with early Adam Sandler movies, don't ruin it. You know, don't play with it.
The problem too is the world we live in now as well. Like those classics. You can't make those today.
Oh, that's a good point.
So
one of my all-time favorite comedies.
Age well. A lot of them don't age well.
Right.
No, it's true.
They don't age well, but then you can't build on like that humor either. Even if it is appropriate humor, like those just don't get made anymore.
Yeah. One of my all-time favorite comedies, Tropic Thunder.
He definitely can't make that.
And Ben Stiller even said, he goes, no way that get made.
Funny for its time. One of my favorite all-time movies, Blazing Saddles.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely wouldn't translate well today.
No, of course not. Oh, yeah, that's a good one, Brandon. Yeah, I don't like this trend. Let's let them rip. Those are brilliant comedies that we could be making today.
Well, it's the problem with society. There has been great growth. Like I don't want to that's not who I am, so let me please make that clear.
Okay, boomer.
There's been great growth. But we are also super sensitive as a society now.
Correct. Yeah.
So
just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right.
Right. And so
Well
like
said.
I want to make it clear, like there is some things that needed to change that has changed for the better.
Yes.
But we are super sensitive.
Overall, more tolerant for others.
Correct.
100%. You know, we're all we're all just trying to fucking live.
More diverse acting roles, more diverse movies, like that needed to change. That needed to happen.
Big time. Yes.
But jokes are jokes.
But no,
Jokes are
I
jokes.
100%
They
agree
are
with
that.
Dakota.
They
Everything
are a
you said
joke.
is spot on.
Yep. Jokes are that. They are a joke. Yep. Okay, good.
Just look at my fantasy team.
Okay, and on that, that's right. Let's wrap her on up. Okay, a couple headlines for the closing Muzak. MnDOT. The name a snowplow contest is now open. And did we not ask ChatGPT?
Oh, we did, and it's trash.
What does ChatGPT have for MnDOT?
Well, I got the game up.
Well, I can bring it right back up. Brandon, off the top of your head, snowplow naming contest. What would you name your snowplow?
What would I name my snow? Rex Holes.
All right.
So ChatGPT, Plow Bunyan.
Oh, that's great.
I like that.
Plow Bunyan.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
So it gets worse, love. Like that's it. One.
Yeah.
It should have stopped at one.
I'm going to call the episode Plow Bunyan.
Frosty's Fury.
That's good.
Lake Snow Be Gone.
It sounds like a lake in Minnesota.
The Blizzard Wizard.
That's good too.
No, it's not.
That's okay. I love a good play on words. Man. Okay.
The Flake Breaker. Like these are all wrestlers in the 80s.
They sure are. That's a good point. Okay. What was the first? The first one was great.
Plow Bunyan.
Plow Bunyan. Yep.
But I feel like that's already one though.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm sure Mr. Plow is one too. Hey, you guys. Remember, we recorded so many little episodes in this past year that until 2 weeks ago you needed to pay to listen to. Those are all free to you now. So go through the shows. There's a lot of good stuff in there. I can't swear to all of it because it's a lot. It's a lot, and it's a lot of sody. So no promises. Yeah. But check it out. Check out our shop. Like, subscribe, YouTube. We're on TikTok now. Thank you, Brandon.
Facebook, Instagram. You can find all of this at thesecondoffice.com. Check us out.
Love you guys.